Hey, this is Angie with Mystic Mountain Homestead, and today I'm going to show you a really fun way, a really yummy way, to get rid of what a lot of people would call scraps. Watermelon rinds. So we're going to preserve watermelon rinds and make it like a yummy, yummy jelly. And the way we're going to do that is I like to use the little bitty sugar baby watermelons, but you can use the regular size watermelons. And after you get out all of the pink, you're going to cut it up into pieces, and let me show you how. So you have the watermelon rind, and you're going to take a potato peeler, and you're just going to peel off all this skin, just like this. So Honey says it's easier to peel it when it's big. I don't think so. I think it's easier to peel it when it's stripped up. If you have a huge watermelon, you know, one of those big long oblong ones, you're going to have to slice it into pieces first because you can't cut a whole piece. So you're going to take it, like if it were the big one, you would just slice it into pieces about this big, into strips, and then do it. And just FYI, the potato peeler peels easier if your rinds are cold. So you're going to peel that off, and then you want to scrape out any of the extra pink. The reason why is the pink looks really pretty in the jars, but it gets kind of mushy when it's preserved. So then you're going to cut it up. Look, the magic of television. I already have some cut to save time. And you're going to cut it like you do like a piece of cantaloupe. Just cut it into chunks like that. Okay? And that's how you do this part. Okay, so I cut it all up into small pieces like melon size if you were to be cutting a cantaloupe. And you can see I've got a big bowl full. I also cut up some lemon. Some recipes call for 1 lemon. Some recipes call for 2. Some just say like a cup of lemon juice. So I like to cut up the lemon into like little slices like you would for tea, because we actually candy this and stick it into the actual jars as well, and then it's super yummy that way. So I had 2 lemons. I cut one up and then I squeezed the other one in, which wasn't really a full cup of lemon. So we also have used some of this. I prefer real lemons, but we were, you know, short real lemons and nobody wanted to go to the store. So you got what you got. And you're going to put this inside your big pot. There you go. And then you're going to add, okay, so there's not a precise math measure on this. You want more sugar than water. You want it to end up to be a thick syrup. So the first recipe that I've read that I know about says 1 cup of water. So I like to start with 1 cup, even though I know that it's going to actually be more. You actually want, for every 2 pounds of melon, you want 4 pounds of sugar. And that's a little bit confusing when you start talking about pounds of sugar. So basically an easy measure is you want twice as much sugar as you have melon. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's going to actually cook down and make a syrup. And also, you know, salt can be used as a preservative. Sugar can be too. So you're going to top that sugar off, and I'm going to need some more, but let me get some more in there. But I just want to tell you also, I like to throw in some cinnamon sticks, and I like to throw in a few cloves. Now in the end, I will probably dig those cloves out, but I like to get the taste in there, so I'm just putting them in there. You can stick them in a muslin bag if you want, and then you can just take all of it out. But I like having the cloves inside the, the cinnamon sticks in the jar, just because it looks really pretty. Okay, so I've added more sugar. So it looks like a big pan full of sugar with some stuff in it. But what this is going to do is it's going to cook down. Now I need to let you know that sugar, if you burn it, it turns into like a caramelized something, so you don't want to burn it. You're going to just cook it down, and you want to make sure that you stir it regularly. And that sugar is going to start dissolving and gooping up. And I've got the fire on a low right now just to start it off, to kind of let the sugar get melted. Once we're going better, we will turn it up and let it start boiling. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so we ended up adding about 10 cups of sugar and a cup of water. And you don't really want to do much more than that as far as water is concerned. If it starts getting really thick, go ahead and add more. However, your melon is actually going to produce its own juice, so the 1 cup should be fine. So I want you to see how this has been cooking so far. Isn't that beautiful with the yellow and a little bit of the pink? This has been going for about 40 minutes. When you stir, you want to make sure that you stir from the bottom of the pot, because sugar does burn easily. So just stir, you know, every once in a while. Make sure it's all getting saturated well and cooked well. And you're going to stir this and cook this down until you get to be about 220 degrees. And the reason why is 220 will help kill for like any botulism or anything like that. So once you get to 220, you will back down your heat and just simmer until it gets translucent. So let's see if oh, there we go. Well, it's not sure if it's 220 or not. So we're going to go ahead and let it keep cooking for a little bit longer. Okay, I'm back, and this has been boiling for an hour and 30 minutes, and you can see how it is translucent now, and it is all candied, and it is yummy, yummy. So I turned off the heat, and we're going to fill up our jars. So first thing you want to do is you want to bring your lids to a boil. I don't know if you can see this or not, but the lids are boiling. And I have my husband's handy dandy screw magnet that I am using as a lid fetcher. The canning companies really do put these out to actually do that, but I'm taking what I got and making it work. So here we go. What you usually do is you'll take one of your jars. I've usually already sterilized these in advance, but you want to get your jar a little warm. So you've got your hot water here. Just kind of spin it around in there and get your jar warm. That way it will not explode from the heat of your preserve. You're going to set that there, and then you're just going to fill it up. And you're just going to put just the fruit in there. That's how you're going to start it. I just like to do 1 cinnamon stick for a jar. Just simply, the cinnamon stick's really just for looks. It's really not even like to eat, but you know, whatever. And you're going to do it to where you kind of tap it down. Now, in this one, all I have used, this is very hot by the way, all I have used is the cinnamon sticks and the cloves, and I've dug out the cloves because I don't want those in there. I've seen recipes where people have, oh yeah, and I put the lemon in there too. I've seen recipes where people have put in vanilla sticks in them. We've got this one here to the side because we've seen recipes where people make it like hot and sweet and spicy. So we've got some red cayenne peppers in there. We'll see how that turns out. We've never had it before, but you know, whatever. We're gonna give it a whirl. So you've got your fruit in there, and now you're gonna get some of the reserve. So the easiest way to do that is to just put it in your hot stuff, and then you're gonna pour it. pour it in. Now, you want it to go up to the rim. That's very important. You want to know that you've got it up to the rim. Then you're going to take your handy dandy there, they're stuck together. Put that on. Let go, let go. Oh, there's the next one, I guess. Then you're going to put the jar lid on. You don't want to make it too terribly tight, but tighten it up. And then here's a trick that we've learned. If you do this upside down, gravity will work with it and it'll seal it better. So turn it upside down. And we're going to do it again. Just adding the fruit first and then repeating with the reserve liquid. Now this will boil down quite a bit. So even when you start with a ton of rind, it's gonna go down to, you know, almost next to nothing by the time it's all said and done with. This is yummy on toast. It's yummy by itself. It's yummy all the time. So we're gonna finish this up, and the lids should click to let you know that it's sealed. It will stay open in the refrigerator for about 2-3 weeks. It'll keep in the jar like it is for about 4 months. So enjoy, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications. We've got a lot more recipes coming up, and then of course, you know, we've got new animals on the farm, so we'll bring that update to you soon. And thank you so much, and you guys have a great day. And don't forget to take what you got and make it work.